How's it going, everyone? Ah, 1 second. Still eating, sorry. My de facto lunch came a little late. Um, okay. Whew. So Friday, more near. Let's see if I'm a replicant or not. I suppose I am, but that's neither here nor there. And the shine of that light on my hair is doing me no favors. As long as I sit back, anyway. Right, I've already done that. I was fishing. I think I've caught, like, most of the pufferfish. I forgot what I was doing there for a minute. I do apologize. Blowfish, yeah, I've got 4. I need 3 more. I pressed back and it just didn't. Ah, that's fine. Wait. It's the left stick, of course it is. That's not good. Oh no, I'm losing this one. This stuff needs to stop, stop giving me bull. Yeah. Alright, 2 more then. Oh no. Ah, that's a sardine. Or worse. Stupid sardines. Terrible. Gotcha, you're a blowfish. Alright, 1 more. Oh, I got a new record on that blowfish. Stupid sardines. You'll be useful later, but right now, getting in the way. Am I blocking anything in this corner? Yes, I am. It's all too big. I was definitely blocking something there. They're probably not blocking anything in that corner, just I know that support there's that, and I shrink myself to... Okay. That's there. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't look like I'm in anyone's way. I say, and then I'm immediately in the way. Pardon. Ooh, this might actually be a bluefish, because it's going to be the last one of the thing, so it's going to be a little bit of a fight. Yep, there we go. Now I don't need more. Not out of the way. Okay.
I got the fish.
Fine work, my apprentice. Fine work indeed. Well, as promised, here's your next lesson.
Beautiful.
And by the way, Pops, what are you doing with all these fish?
Huh? I'm eating them. What else would you do with such tasty morsels?
Oh.
Huh? Oh, right. The next to
7 rainbow trout.
How on earth can one man possibly consume this much fish without growing weary of his diet?
what I don't eat, I sell. But I can eat a lot. Now get...
Alright. So, yep, not going to be fishing anymore for the moment. Because yes, it is time to return to Yona. Yeah, okay. The music in this is always incredible. Alright, Yona, let's go find Yona. Always nice to have.
Yona,
Oh, hey,
how are you feeling?
better now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Yeah.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, Yona, I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
I've been gone for way too long, so... I can tell I'm gonna be in the way for this one. Alright, so... Starts with an S and ends E. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. Trying to really dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? His lips are going to begin now. Faster. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that makes up his final words. Forest of Myth. We're getting to the art section of the game now. No, oh man, I fucking love the Forest of Myth.
Just a dream. Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
Yeah. One moment.
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
Oh
I
no.
would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say.
She had the same dream.
It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
Good
I
question.
don't know. All I could figure out was dream and Forest of Myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We
Yay.
should play a game together sometime too.
Yeah.
Sure, Yona.
Say, next time you go out, could you pick something up for me?
Yeah, what do you need?
Sure, Yona. What do you need?
Wish I had said that.
A melon? You got it.
Don't forget.
Alright, time to go buy a watermelon, come back.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Good. I've made absolutely no use of those plots. Mostly because I don't play the same game every day. So in that case, you know. No, I don't want to talk to you. Nope, you don't sell food. You do.
We've got some nice. Thanks.
Not. Okay.
We've got some new. Come back. We've got some.
I forget that A is in menus. Really? Fuck.
Come back.
Well, I guess I gotta go to Seafront real quick to grab some melon. And then after that, well, we'll see. Oh, it's a clear day. There's not going to be any shades out. We're almost to Emil's Manor. I mean, I had to do something there. That was just bad. That was just dumb on my part. Recognizing the Forest of Myth is actually just going to be like narrating an audiobook and exposing exactly
Care for
how
some organic fruits and vegetables.
bad I actually read. Works for me.
Thanks.
Oh, real quick. No, I just... Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you for working. I'm sorry, everyone else. I can't stop pressing the start button so many damn times in a goddamn row. And that should have been where that door ended. Oh. Aw, Shade's here. Too far. This is why I don't speedrun. See a lot of dogs around. I don't see actually very many cats in this game. No, I don't want to hazard a guess why. But yes, for the moment.
I got your melon, Yona.
Thanks.
If there's anything else you want, just let me know.
Well, since you offered, would you mind getting me a watermelon?
A watermelon this time? Sure thing.
I don't know where sells a watermelon. I may actually have to grow one.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes to bring your attention of a certain dream issue concerning recent events in Dream the Village. That's a weird sentence. Sorry. I was hoping I might be Dream able to get your dream advice stream on the matter. Okay. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty dream, curse dream, evil dream, words, dream, and dream, someone dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
Yeah, it is.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will?
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Nope. Alright, let's see, let's see what's going on in the Forest of Myth. I may stop off after the Forest of Myth to get a few rainbow trout, because they would happen to be in this area right over here. Alright, getting better. Okay, and no medicinal. Alright. But yeah, the trout can be got from right down there. Forest of Myth is here. Alright, found a defense capsule. Nice. Alright, one more thing. Medicinal herb, cool.
Hello?
Real bright and cheerful, Pogola.
Alright, so he won't talk, I guess.
Hi there.
Or will this person? Knock, knock, guess not. Finally.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Huh.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical
It
way.
is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager boy shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Vice and Thalamin.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called dream death has spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it are cursed to fall asleep and live forever in the world of their own dreams. The mayor had determined the dream death was spread from person to person by spoken words, but he could not learn more. The disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Thalamin's suspicions, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's
My
remarks.
remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to Thalamin, who had seen in what they discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Thalamin and Vice racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward as if searching for answers in the
I
heavens.
was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created his harsh words blew over Thalamin like a contagion. Wait, Thalamin said suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss inside in protest. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming or something. The dreams are... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep! Cried Vice, suddenly blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few moments of thought, Thalamin's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Thalamin. That sounds right, he said, a stray sheet of paper fluttering to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study this disease we call the Death Dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research the scenes in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dreams, I've been looking for a way out. But I don't think it exists. This is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular. It was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever have hoped to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all of the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Valomon nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be any help, said Valomon, just ask. No, hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Vice. The Grimoire looked from Valomon to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, you're right. You're right! I had no idea you were coming! Human imagination is limitless and... sorry, one more time. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know... Payment is not required. We're as eager as you are to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called from departing forms of Valomon and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Valomon slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Okay. No, dramatic reading's fun. I'm gonna have to do a bit more of that, and I'll put myself all the way up here for now. Because nothing's going to be up in these corners. Yeah, that'll be fine. Next page. Valomon's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. Mist made it difficult for him to see more than a feet in any direction. More than a foot in any direction. And a moss-covered rock seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself. On the rough bark of a tree, his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Thalamin to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about a legless turtle's being more adept at navigating the environment, Thalamin snapped. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk! Thalamin leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Thalamin slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice! What's going on? Thalamin could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed. The forest howled. And then, just as Thalamin's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running from cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed his hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Thalamin began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. Not just white noise. Something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. One with it is lacking. Two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, I feel sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. One with it is lacking. Two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? The answer is a secret. Inwardly furious that Vice left this task to him, Thalamin sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted, and before Thalamin, like a rippling wave, opened a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Thalamin moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave an even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Thalamin after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. You have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Thalamin picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving, it sank to the bottom of the strings. The ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it! Thalamin grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. Sunlight. plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off a plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Thalamin, wakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Thalamin walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from the neck. Thalamin walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while obscuring his face by the mist. Began Thalamin, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but in the night with 3. What am I? Thalamin tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Thalamin. Well, at least it's an easy one. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! The small man shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Thalamin watched, the mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Thalamin and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and shambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried out. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Thalamin's and pumped so fiercely that it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, you fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Thalamin withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Thalamin filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Thalamin cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would you just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless flattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Thalamin and the mayor obediently reclined atop a grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Vice. It's the words that control the Death Dream, the words that allowed us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they may seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn. He remembered nothing more. I might have slept for an hour, or a year. When they awoke, when they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Salomon shook the mayor's shoulders gently. "Good news," he said. "I think we made it." "Oh, wow," said the mayor in an odd voice. "We did it. I'm back." He blinked once, then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream." The mayor started to stand, but then collapsed back to earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Thelman and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. "Real life may take some getting used to," said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. "You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure," said Weiss. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. "This is a holy tree," he explained when the prayer was finished. "It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make your mission here harder. We should not put our faith in the gods." "Not the gods, the words. Legend says our tree is a home to a powerful magic known as sealed verse." Salomon and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. "I say," muttered Weiss, "this is certainly a stroke of luck." Three of them said their goodbyes. Salomon mentioned a strange man that had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left with them. "They once saw a version of you that was not yourself." What does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. "You know, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too." Salomon tried to keep a straight face but failed. But the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. Probably doesn't mean anything. Salomon gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly, his thoughts were racing. There was something wrong about the mayor and his words. What exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Ah, dark execution. The best
For a
get the...
sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Dark execution, the best get the fuck off me move in the game. Since I'm going to be narrating for a couple hours, I guess it's about time that I gave it a save.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
I breathe the air, scented with death, and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in a long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my dragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me! I cry. For the love of God, help me! Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I'm forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimor Weiss, and this is Thalamin. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand, and we shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Thalamin extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to the freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and I recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought I'd hear that again. Would that it were not such a terrible storm, Grimor Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes by each moment if we delay. If we do not make good on our escape, we shall drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time that long forgotten, friend. Made itself known again. I noted my hand. I swore to save my rescuers, no matter what the cost. Catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like an endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and then proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds, resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door in the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of a wall. I'm desperate, my fever. I think I see outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away in the winds. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses! I face a mountain of charred, crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until horror dawns upon me. Somebody has piled up these bodies into a downer and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Sanity will not permit me to consider the profession further. I make a sound. Whether to scream or laugh, I cannot be certain, that my mind grants me merciful blackness. I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Alright, so I can't proceed south. South is the way that I just went. Just came from, so before that would have been east. So I don't want to proceed south. I can proceed north, west, or east. I'm gonna say east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only sounds of comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china of silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each one holding a dinner guest. Noticing the movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but the truth of the matter dawns on me, and I recoil. The feast of the host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made their homes in their remains. In this moment, I saw this once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands and then back away slowly from the table. Desperate not to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands upon the chairs, which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself, each one covered in a layer of spikes that run from seat to the back of the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. Or if not, it's a simple task to envision the agonized screams that it must have sprang forth from the mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibilities that these souls committed this horrible crime, for which this was their punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the corridors, and then proceed west. Let's proceed north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, so I turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plastered wall. Each depicts the person in the prime of life, clad in nothing but the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth decorated with a motif of flowers and birds. While encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt that's the most perfect construction. It's a stunning costume, even by modern standards. I gaze at the portrait, and I'm struck by the desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I'm gripped by the most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it, and warp into the shape of fingers. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? Fellow inmate trapped in eternity for this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not it is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor, or on the bones. Only a small amount of fabric has survived, but its features have the same as the delicate designs that were depicted on the portrait. I had been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward in the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. West, at the end of the path. A row of head and wooden casks lie on their sides in the dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst rose to life. I can't even remember the last time my parched throat had clenched relieved. I scramble to the first cask and frantically peel out the cork. The thief of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The cask would be ruined in the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders my attack, and the thick red liquid bursts from the hole. This is no wine. It's blood, still warm from the bloody. Whether animal or something else I cannot sail. And the foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps against my sides. By all the gods, are all the rest of the cask filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee. But my weakened legs betray me, send me toppling into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth. I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room into freedom. Risen to my chin. You dumb bastard! Shouts. My tattered post on the water surface. It's far too late for him. This wasn't supposed to be the end. Well, turns out I was supposed to turn north in that room. Well, that's fine. I fucked up. Nope. That didn't work. Okay, so with that, I'll give that load out of the way, because that puts me here, closer to what I need to do, and now that I know, I can escape.
This person must be.
It would appear. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Alright, now I need to... I had gotten it right the first time. That's so bad. Alright. I squint down dim the corridors and proceed north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down! Someone cries, so I give it a... So I give myself the effort. In tandem with Element and Grimoire Vice, I slap my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground inside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as the tears join the rain on my cheeks. I surely would have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asks Weiss. Then you are a woman, madam? I am. I prefer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I only exist in the form of words. I can see that the known as Thalman is disappointed at the torn dress. We'll be giving no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills an abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls within their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. Fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead seem to have wakened to their new life, as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
That is why I saved. Oh, good, an antidote weed. Magic capsule, yeah. Oh, I need to save one more time. That's what I was going to do, and then got sidetracked with pickups. by luck I made it the first time, was nearly out, and then just didn't. Dumb me. Let's do this again.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
You're telling me. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to go grab something. Because soda's not the best thing to be drinking whenever I'm supposed to be explaining and reading. That last one nearly killed me. Not quite, but you know what I'm saying. So, I'm gonna go to intermission real quick, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, got the water I'm gonna need. While this one may not be the most exciting chapter in the game to watch, I hope that I'm doing at least enough to make it entertaining in my reads. Not bad for a person with allergies and dyslexia, right? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Enter this villager stream. Yes.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Thelamin had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with a renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage would hardly be an unexpected sight. Thelamin nodded and wiped his sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was a black, cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid its material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Thelamin lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is this someone playing a joke on us, or what? Complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the City of Art. Perhaps the path itself is something more of a manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it this way might make it easier for you to bear. Thelamin glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Thelamin's feet grew more painful, his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the sun bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. "We are definitely getting closer," said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. "Yes, this much is certain." Encouraged, Thalamin lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open, his finger pointing in the distance. "Water!" he cried. "It's water!" "Water? Preposterous, I don't see any water." "Over there! Just ahead of us, look! The sun's reflecting off of it!" Without waiting for a response, Thalamin sprang to life and bounded towards the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Thalamin closed his eyes and Vice stood up beside him, chuckled softly. "I believe this is known as a mirage," he said. "Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things." Thalamin shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide more. "Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look! It's right there!" Thalamin sprinted off again, leaving Vice no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Thalamin came to a halt. "I could have sworn it was right around here." Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Rice finally floated up to Thalamin and struck him in the face with his cover. "Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here!" Thalamin's face clouded. "There isn't?" "There is not! And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much." Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. "However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived at the City of Art." Thalamin looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall soldiers. Their journey was at an end. "They're huge!" cried Thalamin, completely forgetting the hate and the pain of the past few hours. "I've never seen anything so big." Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that was where the similarities ended. Most were covered in panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their top, while others possessed triangular caps. "What kind of city is this?" said Thalamin. "Where are the people? Where are the houses?" "Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use." The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silently on steel rails. Beautifully carved works of light red and amber and green tangled over every street. And as they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they'd never seen but encountered before. The sheer variety of colors was staggering. Unable to find a theme, a purpose, to the abstract works around them, Thalamin and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Thalamin uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. "Finally! I was getting tired of modern art." 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled in their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Thalamin moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures, alighting on the statue's shoulder and making a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. "Only one form is real. The others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. False ones will only speak lies." With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the three statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that! They're alive! The triplets bowed low before Thalamin. Please, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real! Stop lying, said Beta as he turned to Thalamin and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's fake! You know I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake, and everyone knows that I'm the real one around here. Their respective pleas given, the three statues returned to their forms, frozen state. Silent once more enveloped the city. When you consider all of their statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real forms will always speak the truth, the false ones will only speak lies. The real one, I'm going to guess, is Beta. Because Gamma says he's the real one, Alpha says he's the real one, but Gamma also says that Beta is fake. Gamma saying that Beta is fake means that if Gamma is lying, Beta is correct. Alpha were telling the truth, began Vice in dry tones of lecture. Beta and Gamma would be fakes, but in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is a fake would be truth, even though the Gamma is a liar. Therefore, the theory crumbles. Now let us presume Gamma spoke the truth. Makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth, so if Gamma and Alpha are liars, then that makes sense, therefore Beta must be real. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable Thalamin pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Scratch that. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Vice. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, and then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Thalamin. Just like the mayor. A vague sense of unease that struck Thalamin during the mayor's dream spread once more throughout his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Alright. Alright, those are just medicinal herbs. Alright. With only one restart because I went backwards instead of forwards.
Here, I have something for you.
Ooh,
Wow,
yay.
this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
I need to turn this down one more time. Okay, much better. Beautiful. Okay. Now that that is done, I'm gonna go try and catch a rainbow trout.
So, how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat. Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Learn from my past mistakes. This time I shall be silent. Why, those fish will have no idea that...
Shh! You're scaring them away!
Oh, right.
Oh. I got a carp. I got a carp. Think I'm getting another one. Alright, let's see if I can actually catch a trout in here, because I think I can. Well, that's actually harder than the carp. Not quite as hard as a bream, so... Yeah, there we go. Oh wait, I didn't want to use a lugworm. Oh, that's not coming out. That's why I didn't want to use a lugworm. Carp. No, this isn't the best thing I could be spending my time on. But it is a fun thing I could be spending my time on. Alright. If I don't get a trout this time, I'm not gonna, like, stress it. Oh, nope. That's a trout. Ah, nice. Even bigger than the last one. By a whole 11 inches. 6-pound trout. Nice. Oh, actually. Because I can. Hey man, if you can, why not, right? Alright, still need to get a watermelon.
Looks like we've got everything the runaway kid asked for. Let's go make the delivery.
Wait. Wait. Oh, okay, so... Right, and this one. And then I need a watermelon. Okay. So it looks like I'm converging on Seafront then. No, the Village of Myth is one of my favorite places in this game. It turns into a text adventure all of a sudden, and it's just beautiful. Every boss battle is a bullet hell, and then you've got just the regular hack and slash of the gameplay with, like, so much... The magic system is so, like, ridiculously deep.
Which job should I give you first? I've got another job from that I wrote down the client. Oh, which job should I give you first?
Oh no, I'm not doing Fragile Delivery 3.
Come back whenever...
Oh, it's not even here.
I love the...
Care for some important...
You don't actually have a watermelon.
Thanks for...
I wonder if I've got to go to,
Hi, are you the guy who's taking care of that runaway?
Runaway? What are you talking about? It would seem we've been...
You've got to be kidding me. Seriously? Hey, so I found a cookbook in the...
Really? Shark? Really? Wow, this is some hot... Still, shark fin fried rice sounds amazing.
You can eat shark fins? Man.
Wonderful. And 5 sharks, 5 bags of rice.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll be back for that once I've leveled up on...
Fascinating how gourmet cuisine can survive even in the midst of a food shortage.
You seem to be in good spirits.
Oh, I am. My new flower shop is already far more successful than I ever dreamed.
Really? Well, great.
I was in trouble before, but I think I've got a good foundation here. In fact, I want to ask my girlfriend in the area to come live with me here. The only problem is I don't really have time to...
Sounds like it's time.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Excellent. I really wanted to give her a lunar tear, but I did. She's always like,
Cultivating lunar tears must require a remarkable amount of work.
I'll be back over there
It's the
afterward.
first request I've made in ages. How dare you deny it?
You can't leave. Who's going to tend the lighthouse?
How much longer will you force me to toil here? I must go to him. I need to board a ship as soon as possible.
No way, lady. It's back to work for you. Now get going.
What's going on?
There's no one else in town who knows how to keep the lighthouse burning. We need her.
Wait, why don't you have someone to study that?
Look, she seems to trust you. Think you could maybe talk her into it?
Sure.
I suppose a visit is in order, yes?
Let's go talk to the old woman. It is this way. Folly up, bulb, huh? Cool.
It's not like we can keep it
Put away your weapon. Speaking of, let's check all the weapons that I've got. No, I'm gonna keep the one that I got. Or, no. The old one's worth here. Okay.
Hey, you gotta help me out here. See, there's this girl that I'm pretty wild for, so I asked her out. She really appreciates the finer things.
Everyone has their own.
Yeah, I didn't actually... need to talk to him. What's going on, old woman?
Ma'am? Oh no.
As I feared, it's the Black Scroll, in an advanced case at that.
So that's the illness she kept mentioning.
Oh, man.
I suppose you want to tell everyone about my illness, hmm? Well, don't. I don't fear death. I've lived long enough and I'm weary of it. I'm weary of being alone. But though I don't fear death, I do have one regret. I wanted to see my love one last time.
I've spent 50 years working the lighthouse for these people, and now they won't let me leave. I just want to see him. I want to board the ship that will take me to him. Oh, cruel world.
So it's a dying wish now, is it?
We should help her out, Vice.
We've better things to do than stay here and operate a lighthouse. You'll have to convince the villagers to help.
Come on, let's start with the postman.
Good place to start. But no, let's do a couple more quests and then finish out. And as much as I would love to sit and fish and do all that, I'm not gonna stand here and do nothing in front of, like, everybody. That's a dumb thing to do. I don't know why I went this way. There's a much easier way to go.
That old lady in the lighthouse is a real pain.
Listen, about the lighthouse lady. Could you reconsider? You really should let her go.
We can't. Look, I'm sorry, but you'll just have to trust me. This is for her own good.
Death stalks this woman, Postman. Would you truly deny her final request?
Wait, she's dying?
Yeah.
So if you are doing it for her sake, then you should just grant her final request.
But we can't. Look, I have things to attend to. Come back tomorrow.
Methinks the postman is hiding a secret of his own.
Yes.
I suggest we go back. I have a...
No, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I can't believe she's going to die. I suppose there's no need for this now.
Listen, Mr. Postman.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I would ask the same of you.
Indeed.
Work. Just some work.
Wait, are you writing a letter?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Well then, allow me to ask about something that is very much our business. Why are the old lady's letters, and only her letters, postmarked from this very office?
Ooh.
What? Well, that's because,
The other deliveries bore postmarks from locales far and wide.
What are you getting at, Vice?
A woman was not receiving letters from a lover in some far-flung land. They were penned by the hand of someone in this very town.
Yep.
Crap. Go to the back room. There's something there you should see.
Alright.
There's another room over there.
Clear these pack...
Whatever it is, he could have put...
It must be something he...
Yep. No, I'm aware of how to do this. I've done it before. Oh. Oh. I screwed that up. That's fine. Alright, that's because I can't pull backwards here. That's not a way to do it. So, yeah, I've messed this up. It's fine. I've really screwed things up. Okay, so I'm close. Just not quite there yet. Ah, I see what I did wrong. It's this. I did that so much easier the first time.
They're letters.
Yes, and a rather sizable bundle.
Alright, Postman.
They were all written by the woman in the lighthouse.
And you never thought to deliver them?
I couldn't. Not anymore. Here, look at this.
It's a death notice. For her true love, I presume.
Then who sent the woman all those letters?
I did.
What manner of cruel hoax is this?
I didn't mean for it to be cruel. None of us did. The whole town agreed to help.
So you're all in on it?
Those letters kept her going. They gave her hope. She believed her love to be alive in a foreign land somewhere, and we couldn't bear to tell her otherwise. So we just kept the lie going. It started with my father some 50 years ago.
Are you gonna keep lying to her?
Yes. The truth can only cause her pain.
Are you sure she's better off this way?
It's not a very happy truth, now is it?
What about her final request?
I don't know. How should I know? I'm just a damn postman. I don't know what to do anymore. What's the best thing to do? What's the right thing? Here, I have a new letter. Take it. It says that her love is coming, but that the journey will be long. It tells her to wait.
You wish us to deliver another letter?
You uncovered our town's deepest secret like it was nothing. I don't think that's an accident. Look, I've told you what I think. Deliver the letter or tell her the truth. It's up to you.
Oh man, this is tough. What do we do, Vice? What do we do?
Calm yourself, lad. There's no need to get in a froth over a problem of someone else's making.
It's hard to believe the entire town was lying to her.
I wager their intentions were good. Elsewise, they would not have carried on with the ruse for 50 years. It also explains why they tasked her with keeping the lighthouse running, so news of her love's demise would not reach her.
Maybe that really was the kind thing to do?
I honestly don't think so, but what would I know? But I'm of the opinion that honesty is always better than lies, so no matter how comforting.
Do you have any further news for my love?
So, well, it's the sad thing to do.
This is for you, but your love didn't write it.
Oh, posh! It's his handwriting, and I recognize the stationery, too.
That which you recognize comes from the town's postman and his father, not from your beloved.
Are you saying those two idiots wrote all these letters? But why?
Your lover perished long years ago, and they had not the heart to tell you. Thus, the charade.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
To tell you the truth, part of me had suspected something like this. But it's hard to hear a secret thought finally spoken aloud. I think I should be alone for a while.
I'd like to ask you a favor.
Yeah?
I want you to forget we ever had this conversation.
Sure thing.
The entire town has worked on this story, and they did so to make me happy. I don't want their hard work to go to waste, so I will carry on as if I am none the wiser.
As you wish.
Please, tell the postman. Thank you.
We will.
All right. And thus ends one of the better, like, patch quests I've ever been on. And that the game has those guys just out at sea now, that's Beautiful.
My leg's still bothering me, so I don't think I can get back to my rounds for a bit.
Well, I guess, I won't be telling him thank you. Alright. One more quest, and then I've got to find a watermelon for Yona.
Welcome. Thanks for your.
Welcome.
Alright. Dude's dad is over here.
Hey there. Your son come back yet?
No, I haven't seen him. Where could he be?
He's in Seafront. Or he was, until he ran away again.
Oh, crud. Let me guess. Did he tell you an elaborate story and then ask for help? That boy is... Well, he's a bit of a dirty liar. I probably should have mentioned that.
So that whole story was a setup. He sent us on a wild goose chase and then gave us the slip.
Yeah.
Since I cannot imagine you letting this go, perhaps we should return to Seafront. There may still be a lead or two left to pursue.
Good idea. We can't let... What's wrong?
How can a son bring so much despair to his family?
We've got some new
And I knew that there wasn't going to be any.
He seems completely ignorant of the pain he has caused. It's deplorable.
I love it when you sound like a grumpy old man, Vice.
Perhaps I only sound that way because I have existed since time immemorial.
How old are you anyway?
You know, I'm not exactly sure.
They say memory loss is a sign of old age.
Well, it's still preferable to being a deplorable liar like that son.
Nope. Just in case he's fragile delivery. Because I ain't doing that. I don't care. Oh, come on. Anything to not have to actually plant watermelon, please. Can I just buy one from you guys? I really just want one.
What was that?
It is known as a scorpion. Phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Chelicerata, order Scorpionida. They are closely related in form and structure to other arachnids.
I am so not following you right now.
Okay.
It's an
Good.
enemy. Kill it.
Now that I understand.
That was a nice little exchange. Oh. Oh, I heard you. Oh, cool. I need Scorpion for something. I don't remember what, but I do need it. Don't want wolf fangs. Oh, I heard you. Okay. Wait. So wait, are there scorpions here? Is that what these are? Ah, yeah. Huh. So with that in mind... Ah! And that perfect block actually helps a lot with the scorpions, because scorpions are super easy to find. That one should disappear soon, because it's still here. Yeah. Gonna go scorpion hunting real quick. So I remember I'm gonna need them. I think it's for the dragon claw.
There's nothing here.
Make haste. We shall be buried in sand if we remain much longer.
That guy running around. Okay. Three, two, one. Here's the unusual item shop. Rather, down here. Sorry.
Wow, you sound pretty depressed.
I hope you don't expect sympathy from us.
So you want us to hunt some wolf?
Sure.
Well, you seem to recognize that. What do you need? Can't say I have.
I'll come back for that one. No, I'm not spending 5,000 on that. Not whenever I can just go outside and grab some more. There we go. Should have just come here in the first place. I think it was the earthworm's claw that needed the scorpions, so... Either way, gonna go out here, kill some wolves. I got the, got the other stuff. I did the Forest of Myth. And that's just about time for, us to get out of this, do Emil's stuff, and...
Think she'll forgive him if he just gives her a fur?
It does seem somewhat materialistic.
Are you guys for real? When someone gives me something for free, I'm happy as a pig in shit.
This world would be a great deal simpler if nothing but Kaines lived in it.
I'll pretend that's a compliment.
As you should, Kaine. As you should. Give me them claws. And that doesn't matter. That's just me being not on the ball. I did that completely wrong. Alright. Yeah, I'll come back for you. Oh. Haha. Because I can get enough medicinal herbs after this, and I'll be fine. I will get as many wolf pelts as I can. Do. Because you were off map. Good. Not even that I'm even getting better at parrying them. I don't even... How many wolf things have I gotten so far? Not enough. not mean to dodge on that one. Don't worry, wolves. I'm coming to you. I need wolf pelts. Quick, give me fangs. God, so many fangs.
The sandstorms.
Fine, I'll just sell all my fangs. Nah. Alright, one last thing I'm gonna do before I finish. So yeah, I got enough scorpion claws now to say I have at least 10. I think I can upgrade a item with that, so if I can, that's all that matters. Got my 2 medicinal herbs. It's time to leave. Going to junkyard and then I'll be finished. It's gonna be cloudy whenever I head over here. That's not great. I don't want to run into shades over here. Shades suck. Had to check, because sometimes there's something there.
Jacob! How can I help? Need some work done on your weapon?
Okay, so Moonwise is fine. Worm's Claw. I need 4 more iron ore. Okay.
Come back soon. How can I help? Need some work done on your weapon?
Yeah, that's fine.
Come back. How? Need some work done on your weapon?
Alright, a little bit more of it's looking good. Oh, I need 2 broken pottery. I can get those in a few turns. And 8 iron ore, which I need to actually start stocking up on, because I probably can. Yes, it is kind of worth it. You know what? That still makes you the best weapon that I have. Yeah, because I had a very heavy with that. That's not great.
Come back soon.
All right, and then and there's also something else. Alright, Vara's good for that, because... Alright. Now, let's see what type of... damage I can get into, or what kind of hardships I can batter. all you need to do for that is hold the Y button. Now that I've got a 6% off, that's actually really good. Alright. And now one more time on word edit. Because I'm going to be changing my magic, the trigger's going to go back to something else. I'm not using Dark Phantom like at all. Deb's all I've got? Ugh. Ooh, confuse. Got 2, 3 for paralyze. Yeah, that deserves to have that. Actually use that shear. Oh no, you need blue gaze. And just leave that. Alright then. Done, and done. Time to go talk to Yona. Yeah, for a little bit I'm gonna be fighting with this and Faith as, like, the only things. I could use a lot more medicinal herbs, I just don't. But no, I'm gonna be questing out in the desert in the next one, so I'm gonna...
Did somebody order a watermelon?
Yay! You're the best.
Anything else you need?
Actually, I need a pumpkin.
Alright then. One.
Alright, and a pumpkin's gonna be easy. Because it's in town, damn it. I want to finish Yona's quest.
Eccentric tastes.
She's always been that way. But if that's what she wants, that's what I'll get.
Being an older brother appears to be a difficult job.
Oh, I wonder if I can fish in here for
then it's all worth it.
trout.
Do you know about... It's a large stone...
We've got some new... Come back soon.
Alright. After this, yes, it is time for me to... I'll test my fishing in the village theory and then save and then I'm done.
Thanks.
You've sure been eating...
Oh, I'm not eating them.
You're not? Is this a cake?
Yep, Popola taught me how to bake one. I made it for you in secret.
Aww.
Wow, Yona, this is, well, it's a surprise for sure.
Come on, try it, try it.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yay! You're always super busy, so I wanted to make you something to help keep up your strength.
That's really sweet of you, Yona. Thank you.
Sure. Actually, I made like 7 cakes, so there's tons of leftovers.
The life of an elder sibling continues to be a trying experience.
You're telling me.
Alright, let's see if I can catch a trout here in the village. If I can, that's great. If I can't, that's fine too. My bait was eaten. Wait, I didn't even get a chance to... Yeah, no, it's just... Okay, so I can't use that in town, I guess. Oh, wow. That's super tough and strong. Can I actually land it? I can, that's great. If I can't, that's fine too. I will fight. Come to me. Over halfway. Almost got you. Okay, you're losing stamina faster now that it's blue. Oh good, oh good. Almost got you. Oh, this is a dumb battle. Oh, I got it! I caught a black bass. Ugh. Well then, I wonder how much that's gonna sell for, based on how much effort it was taking. I deserve that.
I hate to ask, but can you not swim?
Don't tell Yona, okay?
Make sure you stock up on...
Alright, so I can sell a black pearl for a pretty good bit. Oh, right, because I had 99. Wow. Actually almost worth it. All right.
Come back anytime.
But yes, now it's time to go back out to Facade, save, and then head away. Need iron ore. Please give me iron ore. Oh, first things first. Dark Wall needs to go for Dark Blast. Second, Grimoire Vice weapons. Good, nice, wolf hide. Now I've got two. Got you. Bang. God damn it. Fight. Oh, well, that actually good. Stupid dog. Leave me alone. Just want your hide.
The sandstorm.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Wasn't even that far in. Ah, good. I don't need scorpion claws anymore, so I'm not going to grind them. Yeah, they were there. Man, I took a lot of damage out there. And I've got like 6 wolf hides now? Maybe? And it doesn't matter. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you guys next time tomorrow, whenever Trapped will be the game. And, yeah. After that, I'm going on vacation, but... You know what, I may just say, start a day early, because, you know, life has a tendency of doing weird things. But, we'll see. I may have to push it back to Sunday. Keep an eye on Twitter and I'll show you there. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of whatever the hell I'm doing, so until then, later.